So AI is absolutely everywhere right now, isn't it? It feels like it's all anyone is talking about. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise and break down what it actually means for you and how you do your job. The idea here isn't that AI is going to come in and just do your job for you. Not at all. It's more like a magnifying glass. It takes all those core PM skills you've worked so hard to build, strategic thinking, deep customer empathy, finding those sharp insights, and it just gives them a massive boost. So, what does that actually look like in the real world? And this right here, this is the core idea we're exploring today. AI doesn't replace you, it amplifies you. You're still the one driving the ship, the one with the vision and the strategy. Think of AI as this incredible tool that makes your insights louder, clearer, and just way, way faster. It's all about taking your expertise and cranking it up to 11. So let's start with the big picture, your new AI copilot. First things first, we've got to get the mindset right. How should you even think about your relationship with AI? Well, don't think of it as just another piece of software you have to learn. Think of it as a new kind of teammate. Yeah, this copilot metaphor, it's pretty much perfect. You are always, always the pilot in command. You're the one setting the destination, making the tough calls. Your AI copilot is there to manage all the complex systems, crunch the real-time data, and handle all those routine checks. And what does that do for you? It frees you up to focus on the big picture, the strategy, the journey, where you're actually going. So with this copilot, you basically get superpowers. I mean, seriously, imagine analyzing 10,000 user reviews for sentiment before you've even finished your morning coffee. Or what about generating 3 completely different strategic hypotheses in, under a minute? It can even help you see the future, forecasting which users are probably going to churn so you can actually do something about it. That's a total game changer. Okay, so having an AI copilot sounds great in theory, right? But where does it actually plug into your day-to-day work? Let's walk through the product lifecycle, from the very beginning all the way to launch and beyond. In the early stages, this is where it gets really exciting. During discovery, instead of spending weeks reading reports, AI can just digest mountains of market data or user feedback and spit out the most critical pain points instantly. Then, when you're in strategy mode, it can model different scenarios for you, helping you make much smarter bets. And get this, in design, tools like Figma AI can generate initial wireframes to just get the ball rolling. And that help doesn't stop there. It continues right through the later stages. When you're in execution, think about all that tedious backlog grooming. Yeah, tools like Jira's AI Assistant can help automate that. When you get to launch and growth, you've got predictive models that can flag users who are about to churn. And for support, AI chatbots can handle the simple stuff, which frees up your human support team to tackle the really tough problems. All right, so we've covered the what and the where. Now let's get practical and talk about the how. Let's look at the AI augmented toolkit for a modern PM. Now, you don't need to be a data scientist, okay? But knowing a few core concepts is super helpful. You've got machine learning, that's just systems that learn from data. Then there's natural language processing, or NLP. That's the magic that lets AI understand actual human language, like in customer reviews. And predictive analytics, that's what's behind those churn forecasts we talked about. And here's where it gets real. These concepts are powering a whole new ecosystem of tools. For your research phase, you've got things like ChatGPT or Perplexity. For design, tools like UseArt or Midjourney can spark ideas. But look, the specific tool isn't the point. The real takeaway is the massive shift in your role. You stop being a data entry person, spending hours on manual input, and you start spending all that reclaimed time on generating actual strategic insight. Okay, theory is great, tools are great, but what does this actually look like on, say, a Tuesday afternoon? How does all this stuff come together to really change the day-to-day grind of being a PM? I mean, just look at this comparison. It says everything, doesn't it? The before column is just painful. All those manual, soul-crushing tasks. Market research that used to take weeks, now it can take minutes. That manual survey analysis? Forget it. NLP can cluster all the themes for you automatically. The end result is just a huge leap in speed and precision. And it gives you back the one thing you never have enough of, time to actually think. Okay, so you've got these new superpowers. That's awesome. But, with great power comes great responsibility, right? So for this last part, let's talk about building with AI responsibly. It's about being smart and structured with this stuff. So, how do you actually do this? Well, it's not about just firing up ChatGPT whenever you feel like it. It's about building a real, repeatable process. First, you have to know what you're trying to achieve. Define your goal. Make sure your data is clean. Pick the right tool for the job. And this next one is absolutely crucial. You have to critically review the output. Remember, the AI is your assistant, not your boss. You make the final call. And this quote, this just nails it. PMs should manage AI like they manage teams. That is the perfect mental model. You wouldn't just hire someone and let them run wild, right? You'd build trust, you'd provide oversight, you'd hold them accountable. You have to do the exact same thing with your AI tools. Your judgment as the leader is still the most important piece of the puzzle. That idea of accountability flows right into these core principles. As a PM, you have to be thinking about explainability, fairness, privacy, and this isn't just about some boring compliance checklist. This is about building a product that your users actually trust. Because let's be real, if you lose that trust, it doesn't matter how fancy your AI features are, nobody's going to use it. They'll be worthless. Which brings us right to the final, most important question. A question that every single product manager working with AI has to have a good answer for. Your users' trust, that is your most valuable data set. How are you going to protect it?